So I was thinking of some stuff to do, and I think having like a real life thing and a WoW thing, like a WoW vlog type of thing, I think it really works out. Anyways, some of you guys were talking about demon hunters and how to counter demon hunters. Well, I'll just lay it out right there. Um, Demon hunters are very mobile. Um, they move a lot. They got Fell Rush. They got Vengeful Retreat. Assuming they're Night Fae, they have Soul Shape, which is essentially a 20-yard teleport. They have different ways to increase their movement speed with conduits and Night Fae talents, right? The Night Fae Covenant talents. Um, but importantly, it's their ability to move, right? So demon hunters are really strong right now, and if you want to be able to counter them, stop them from moving. Essentially, that's what it is. So two things that really mess demon hunters up specifically would be roots, like root effects. So root effects and stuns. Root effects and stuns. You can CC them, of course, with a stun. Whether there's a long list of different stuns. I can go over that later. But if they're stunned, obviously they can't do anything. That's for any class, not only a demon hunter. But I think once that goes on full diminishing return, right? Because you can only crowd control someone so many times before you have to wait so many seconds or what have you before you can use that ability again, right? So the best combination to keep a demon hunter from like attacking would be having them stunned and having them rooted. So if you're a mage, you have Ice Nova, right? Or Frost Nova, whatever it's called. The one that Frost Nova, I'm pretty sure it's called Frost Nova. I haven't played my mage in a while. If you're a druid, you have Entangling Roots. So let's say you have a full diminishing return on your stuns, right? So that would be like your Rake stun, your Bash, right? Which is like your Bear stun. It's a talent. It's a druid talent. And assuming if you're also playing with someone else that has a stun, right? You can only stun so many times. I think it's like 3 times any DR, right? You have a root. So go ahead and root them, and that's another form of CC. It's only effective, right, if you're not within melee range of the demon hunter, right? It's also only effective if you're not within range of like their eye beam. That's pretty much it, right? They sit in roots. You can laugh at them. You can slash laugh at them. And if their teammate's smart, they'll kite you, right? Assuming you're melee, they'll kite you to their demon hunter. And assuming you have some type of cleave or you're just not really paying that much attention, the demon hunter will have a chance to actually, attack you. Those are some definite ways. Some other ways would be some slows as well. Slows is not as effective as, say, a stun or a root, but because they have a way to get rid of their slow effects, right? You have Vengeful Retreat. Vengeful Retreat removes all slow effects. Say you're a Frost Mage and you're shooting a Frost Bolt at him, right? Your movement speed's reduced. If the Demon Hunter is chasing you, he can Vengeful Retreat. And he can go at you at normal speed. And assuming he doesn't have any other movement modifiers, right, via conduits or talents from your covenant, right? That's his movement speed, and his movement speed he can chase you as long as he wants, but he can only Vengeful Retreat so many times. Those are really some ways to counter them. Another way to counter them, but not crowd control them, would be, say, like a disarm. So if you're a monk, if you're a warrior, a rogue, and who else can disarm? I'm trying to think right now. I think those are the only classes that can disarm right now. Don't take my word for it, but those are the ones I can think of. You can disarm them. The only things that a demon hunter can do when they're disarmed are Immolation Aura, Eye Beam, and of course their defensive cooldowns. They can't use Chaos Strike / Annihilation, Blade Dance, or / Death Sweep, right? They can't do anything. They can use their defensive cooldowns, they can run around, but a majority of their damage is Death Sweep / Blade, is Death Sweep and Annihilation, right? Which is just the improved form of Chaos Strike and Blade Dance. So if they're not in melee range, they don't have a weapon, can't really do much. Their I-Beam does do some damage, even more damage if they're playing a specific legendary, the Collective Anguish legendary to be specific. However, even that you can kick. So if you have like a range kick, say like a shaman, which is wind shear, right? You can interrupt that. They only have that every 30 seconds. Assuming they haven't used Metamorphosis yet, which is their big cooldown. If they use Metamorphosis, it resets the cooldown of I-Beam and Blade Dance. So, but aside from that, I mean, realistically, like, if you're, they got nothing. Disarms, roots, and stuns. Disarms, roots, and stuns. Because, I mean, you can mind control them, you can sheep them, but they'll be able to catch up to you, right? Because they're demon hunters. They can fell rush, they can vengeful retreat. It's essentially a backflip, right? They give a lot of mobility, and you just restrict that. I mean, they can't really do anything else. You take away their weapons. I mean, they got very limited things of what they can do. Immolation Aura, I-Beam. Where would the Immolation Aura... The Immolation Aura can do some damage. It's situational, just like how an I-Beam can do damage, right? There's a legendary called Burning Wound. So if you have Burning Wound, and if you were attacking your target before they disarmed you, it'll have a buff up, right? And that buff does a little bit of damage, plus it buffs up your Immolation Aura damage. And if they're playing Growing Inferno Conduit, right, that'll do, I want to say it's about like 1,800 a tick, 2k a tick, something like that, depending on what level of conduit you have in your gear. But that would require you even to be in melee range. That's like even a super hypothetical. Not many people run that in PvP. I've seen people run it. I've tried it out personally along with some other talents, but you're either gonna deal with people running Chaos Theory, which is the one that buffs your Chaos Strike and Annihilation damage by 50%, or they'll be running Collective Anguish, which when they I-Beam, whenever a Demon Hunter will I-Beam, they'll summon another Demon Hunter, and it does an I-Beam attack as well. This specifically, it's called Fell Devastation. It's the Vengeance tank version of I-Beam, and it'll heal them a little bit. That's like good for cleaves and like threes and stuff. It's still solid, nothing's wrong with it. I've played it personally. But I mean, that's really it. That's a Demon Hunter. You can disarm them, you can root them, and you can stun them. Personally, I think that, of course, stun's always going to be the best one. After that, you can do a root, and you can just kite them away. Or not kite them away, run away from them, right? So you can like lock their teammate behind a pillar or something like that, and the Demon Hunter is just over there helpless. Say it's a Druid throwing roots down. The Druid can just stay max range, but still in line of sight of you guys. And he just makes sure that, well, he gets the root back, right? And when he comes up, I mean, the Druid, I mean, they should be able to take care of the Demon Hunter like that. That's about it. That's what I can think of right now. If you guys got any questions, leave a comment down below. If you guys like this format of like a real life me walking and talking, me personally, I like to have this because I am outside. I like to be outside. I don't mind being inside, but I'd much rather be outside. And making these things are really cool outside. So hopefully you guys liked it. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think. Even if you guys didn't like the video or you think this format sucks, I mean, just tell me. Tell me what's on your mind. I don't really care. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.